Hey guys, this is Thomas from Amstermind here, and in this video I'll teach you how to enter the flow state, and it will help you beat stress and perform at your best. So if you've ever been so totally immersed in a certain task that you were doing, a certain activity, that you forgot track of time, that you forgot all your problems, and that constant mental chatter in your back of your mind just faded away, and that you felt great performing this activity and that you performed at your best. Well, if you've had this type of experience, you've probably been in what positive psychologists call the flow state. And in this state, a person is fully immersed in an activity that they're doing, and they have this feeling of energized focus. And when you're in this state, stress doesn't have a chance. You're not stressed out because you're feeling great about what you're doing, and on the other hand, you perform at your best. And this has been my own experience with flow. I read the book Flow, The Optimal Experience when I was about 19, and it suddenly clicked for me why I was always feeling so shitty about my life. I was not engaging my brain in activities that actually induce flow that often, and my brain wandered and I was constantly thinking about problems and all these kind of things. And when I started inducing flow more in my life, with certain activities, and activities that induce flow are actually activities that have a high challenge, and you also have a high degree of skill to meet that challenge. As soon as I did that, I just saw great improvements in my happiness, in my confidence, and general satisfaction about life. Because if you look at the research about flow, if you are in this state more often, you feel more happy, you feel more confident about what you're doing, and like I said, you feel more satisfied about life. And yeah, that's why it's important to actually work on getting into this state more often. So I can give you a few tips to actually achieve this. The first one is very essential, and it is train your attention. And training your attention is something that is crucial when you want to get into flow more often, because being in flow requires you to be focused on a certain activity for a certain length of time so that your brain can actually get into this flow state. And if your mind constantly wanders and daydreams and thinks about the future, you can't actually become fully immersed in the task that you're doing. So that's very crucial. And the number one way, of course, to train your attention is meditation. And what I would recommend in this situation is a simple breathing meditation. So just focus on the inhale and focus on the exhale. And try and make that a habit, this breathing meditation. Do it every day for, let's say, 5 minutes, and it will be easier to get into this flow state. And one important thing when you're doing this, don't think that much about the breath, but more actually feel the breath. Feel the air going inside your lungs, filling them up, and then feel the exhale. Because I was watching this video the other day about some research that they did at Yale, and in this research participants were asked to go inside a brain scanner and do a simple breathing meditation that I just explained to you. And what they found was that when participants were thinking too much about their breath, the brainwaves that are characteristic for flow did not show up. But when they started feeling their breath, then the brainwaves that are characteristic for flow did show up. So that's very important. Don't think, feel it. And the second thing that I would recommend is look at your beliefs about being an autotelic personality. And what do I mean by that? It mainly means that you don't see work as just work and a means to an end to get a certain external reward, but that you see it also as play. So work is not just work, work becomes play. And the reason for this, if you look at the study on flow, certain people are more likely to enter the flow state. And these are the people with an autotelic personality. And what does that mean? It means that they are intrinsically motivated by the task that they are doing at this present moment, and they don't do it only for the external reward that they get later. Because when you do this, yeah, it makes it much more easy to focus on a task and try and find enjoyment in it. So look at your beliefs around work. Do you do it just for the reward that you get later, the money, the status, the girls, whatever you're after? Or can you actually also try and learn being with the thing that you're doing and enjoying yeah, that activity? And I understand you have to do certain things that you maybe don't enjoy or that are not like fully in line with your passion, and some things in life are just chores. I mean, you have to do them. But if you approach them with this attitude, like it's all play, then it makes it much more satisfying. Like, let's say I'm recording this video. It doesn't really feel like work. I'm actually like sort of playing. And it feels great to do this and fully focused in the moment, sharing this knowledge with you guys. And yeah, that's something that intrinsically motivates me a lot. So work on those beliefs about being an autotelic personality. The third one is actually learn to let go. Because if you look at it, if you work on being more mindful and being more conscious, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, I always think. On the one hand, you can get more inside the present moment and yeah, be fully engaged with what you're doing, but you're also more conscious about like all the thoughts and the emotions that you have. So it can be hard to actually enter this flow state because you're thinking about it too much. So what I'd recommend at that moment, and it has worked for me, is that you let go. That you surrender to the activity that you're doing, and that you realize that it's not up to you to consciously think your way into flow. No, it's something that your brain does for you. You just have to focus fully on the activity and try and engage with it as much as possible. And then your brain will actually do the rest. The fourth thing that I would recommend is renewal. And what do I mean by that? When you're in this flow state, yeah, it can give you energy, it feels great, but it also yeah, requires a lot of processing power of your brain. So after being in flow for a while, take a small break. What I would recommend is work for 50 minutes, set a timer, and after those 50 minutes, take a small break, relax your brain, give it the rest it needs, and then go back to the activity, and it will be, yeah, pretty easy to get back into that flow state in this activity. And also work on renewal on yeah, bigger scale. So look at your sleeping patterns. If you are not sleeping well and you can't yeah, manage your attention that well because you're sleepy, then it's very hard to enter this flow state. And also focus on yeah, relaxation in other ways. So yeah, like I said, meditate, but also maybe go to the spa sometimes or take a weekend off, just to give your brain that relaxation that it needs to then, when you're doing the certain activities that you yeah, want to do in your life, that you can do them fully and that you can enter this flow state. So basically go all out when you're relaxing and go all in when you're doing things. That's very important. So these were the things that I wanted to discuss about flow and how to enter the flow state. It will help you beat stress. It will also help you perform better. If you have any questions about the things discussed in this video, leave them in the comments below and I'll answer them personally. If you want more videos like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel. Hope you got value from the video, and talk to you soon. Next level to do that certain thing or to become this kind of person that you really want to be. It's also just for enjoying, for having fun, for feeling joy. All these kind of things, and letting go, and sometimes doing something spontaneous, which is something I also struggle with too. I mean, I like to do spontaneous things, but I also have